water's edge very, very shortly. So right about in the middle of the screen there, you can see that disturbance. You can see, I can hear T getting very excited because penguins are coming, guys. Everybody, penguins are coming. Here they are on the edge, and we're about to see them wash up on the beach. Now look out for those white bellies. There we go. Oh yeah, and here they, oh goodness, that is a big raft of penguins. Have a look at that. That is just right across the whole front of the shore there. That is a huge raft of penguins. Oh, they are coming home tonight. And as I said, it is breeding season, so they've got things to do on land. They've got reasons to be here, and that is why we're seeing such a giant raft of penguins. My goodness. So with numbers like that, they are not feeling too scared. They are going, right, there is safety in numbers. We don't need to be too cautious. No Pacific gulls, no swamp harriers are going to mess with us. Let's go straight for a big old walk across the beach. This is fantastic, everybody. I reckon we're going to see some big numbers tonight. And T, can you tell everybody, how many did we have last night arrive?
We had over 1,085 penguins last night.
1,085 penguins tonight, and based on this first raft, I reckon everybody, we are going to be seeing some similarly big numbers. This is a big arrival of penguins. So they're climbing all over these rocks. They've got a very low center of gravity so that they can help get over the rocks, and some of these will be climbing some pretty steep cliffs tonight as well. So it really helps that they've got this low center of gravity to help them get over the rocks. That first group's just making it out of the rocks. We've got a few lagging a little bit behind there. They're going to want to bunch up a little bit before they make this last bit of the dangerous dash. And if you were watching last night, you would have heard Heather talking about the fact that once they get past that sort of halfway mark, they feel a lot more confident. That's when you often just see them absolutely gun it. They will take off and go. But they're going a little bit slowly right now, I think, because they're waiting for the rest of them all to band up together. And, yep, we're soon to see them get their skates on. And, yep, here we go. They're legging it now. Off they go. The penguin race is on. The moment we've all been waiting for.
The start declared at 6:37.
All right, I don't know if you heard that from T, but we have had the start of the count declared at 6:37 tonight. So we start the count when the penguins get halfway across the beach, and we have seen that at 6:37 tonight. Then Paul tonight is going to be counting these penguins for 50 minutes, 50 minutes, as they arrive from a day or a week or a month out at sea. But at the moment, it's more likely to be a day or a few days because, as I said, it is the breeding season. They've got reasons to come back now. They've got eggs that they need to look after. They have got babies that they need to bring food for. And because of this, because they need to take their turn with the eggs, or they need to come back and deliver their food to their babies, which they do by vomiting in their mouth, just like my mother used to do for me. So just because they've got all these reasons to come home night after night, we're likely to be starting to see bigger and bigger numbers of penguins arrive home because, yep, they've got a reason to be here. They've got somewhere to go. They've got places to be. They've got babies to feed. They've got eggs to sit on. So you can see some of them, a lot of them, are making their way underneath this Penguins Plus stand. And when it's safe for all you guys to come back and visit us, you can sit on the Penguins Plus stand and watch these penguins go directly below you. And we can't wait until it's safe for you to come back, and hopefully it won't be too much longer. So did any of you count the number of penguins that were in that raft? I know Paul did, our penguin counter did, but did any of you get it? I reckon maybe about 100, perhaps. That's my guess. Put in the comments what you think the number was, and we're going to see if we can get a confirmation from Paul tonight as we watch some of these penguins head on up the hill. And yep, some of them are looking really nice and healthy there. Some of them are looking like they have got fish to feed some chicks at home, and as I said, yeah, they vomit it into their babies' mouths. Hope none of you are eating right now. I hope I haven't put you up for your dinner. But But yep, they store up some fish. Oh, and we've got some coming along the Penguin Highway. Let me see if I can show you that in time. Yes, here they come. Oh, look at the model, everybody. Hello, penguins. Welcome home. We're so glad to see you. That's a big raft. Any news, T, on the numbers of that first raft that we saw?
There was 165 on that first group, and there was 37 over on the far east as well.
All right, so if you heard that, I think you said 167, was it? Yes, 167 in that first group. So, geez, thoughts and prayers for Paul, who's having to count these penguins tonight. Oh, one penguin going the wrong way. Nope, turning around. Oh, no, still continuing on its way. And if you've been watching the last few nights, because it is officially the start of the breeding season, let's just continue watching that one going the wrong way. Heather's been telling you a little bit about why we might see penguins going the wrong way, and just like you saw then, dipping their heads to the ground and heading, sorry, I'll take you back to the main area, dipping their heads and nibbling on the ground. We call these shell gritters, and these are penguins that have eggs in their belly. They are with egg. Oh, yep, here comes some more. We're just going to go back to this camera now. Let me show you that again. Yep, these are penguins that are with egg. They've got eggs in their belly that they need to lay very shortly, probably in the next few days. But of course, the outside of an egg's shell, or an eggshell, I guess, is made of calcium. And because they're using so much of their calcium to put into the eggs that they're developing, they need to replenish that calcium. And they do that, oh, here's some more penguins. They do that by nibbling on shells on the beach. So we often see female penguins that have been in for the day, perhaps, heading out once it is safe, heading down the Penguin Highway back onto the beach to go and nibble some shells so that they can have some replenish their calcium stores ready to lay their eggs. So yep, it is well and truly the breeding season now that we're seeing so many shell gritters. So I'm just going to zoom out, everybody, and I'm going to just look back and see if we've got any more penguins on the way, because as I said, oh yep, and here they are. I really do love watching them make this dash across the beach. I love seeing them arrive on the water's edge and making this dash. So we've got another raft coming along, another raft coming in. And potentially, we'll keep our eyes out, potentially some more will arrive while these guys are making that dash too. So I'll say zoomed out a little bit just so we can get the context to see this dash. I want to show you how far they've got to run. I want to show you this dangerous part of the day. And the reason we call it the dangerous dash is because they are very well camouflaged for the rest of their life. In the water, they are camouflaged from both the bottom and the top. When they are swimming, they've got their blue feathers facing upwards so that they blend in with the blue, here they go, the blue ocean, and their white bellies blend in with the sky above. Oh, yeah, they're legging it now. Look at that. And so they're perfectly camouflaged. But when they run across the golden sand that we've got here on Phillip Island, of course, they stand out. So they wait until sunset or after sunset till all the birds that might like to eat them go to sleep. But still they're nervous. Still they never quite trust that they're not going to get eaten. And so they make this dangerous dash in groups after sunset. And so that's why we see them running like this. They're going to join the group of penguins that we've got sitting here at the salon. And they might kick a few of these along. This might remind some of the penguins that are sitting on these rocks, hey, it's time to move on. You've got chicks to feed. You've got a husband or a wife to take over from, because these penguins, they do believe in equality, and we do have males and females both sitting on the eggs. So mum or dad will go out and get fish and replenish themselves and have some kid-free time while the other sits on the eggs, and then they take turns, and they might have a couple of days where they look after the eggs without eating anything, which is pretty incredible. And then they'll take their turn going out, getting some food while the other parent does babysitting duty. And it's the same with once the chicks are born. When the chicks are born, we have one adult will stay with them for at least the first couple of weeks and protect them and look after them, because they're only very small. Their eggs are about the size of a chicken egg. Yeah, and so and then the other will come and look after the babies while the other's getting food, and the other will bring food back for those babies as well. So let's follow them along. We've got any questions, T?
We've got one question. How deep do they dive when they go fishing?
How deep do they dive when they go fishing? Let's let me just flick the camera because I can see there's penguins coming. And let's talk about it. Yep, so these penguins are fantastic divers. In fact, their scientific name is good little diver. So they're really good divers, and they can dive over 70 meters. That's the deepest dive that we've recorded. Is it 72 or 74 meters?
72.
72 meters, there you go. So yep, they can dive really deep, certainly much deeper than I've ever dived. So yes, as by name, they are by nature good little divers. And that's also why we call them little penguins, because they are the littlest penguins in the world. Yep, little by name, little by nature. That's why they've got the name. And now I've seen in the comments as well, why don't we call them the fairy penguins anymore? Well, they've been called fairy penguins, they've been called blue penguins, they've been called little penguins. We needed to call them the same thing. So because they are the littlest and little minor is literally in their scientific name, we went with the little penguin. And oh, they are cute. So one thing that's been said previously is that it's political correctness gone mad, that they're not called fairy penguins anymore. No, it was just it was really just to make it easy for everyone. Call them the same name. What more sensible than that? All right. Oh, they're so cute. Let's go back to the main camera and see what's going on. Let's see if we can follow a couple of these guys home. Ooh, that was a little bit of a fight. Did you see that? So that penguin's standing in the middle of the pathway and doesn't seem to want to let any others go past. Oh, you're a mean penguin. What are you doing? They are quite territorial. They will protect their area, or what they deem as being their area. It also could have been some penguin flirting, by the way. They also could have been getting up to some shenanigans. Because, look, our little penguins, they are socially monogamous. That means that they will have a partner that they'll stay with for at least quite some time, but they are sexually promiscuous. And that means that if they see somebody they fancy on the way back to the burrow, well, they might have some fun with them before going back to their husband or their wife. And as I've said before, I'll say it again, what happens on the way back to the burrow stays on the way back to the burrow. And you know what? Both the husbands and wives are doing it. So, I feel like it all sort of comes out in the wash a little bit there. Let's go back and see what's happening at the beach. Oh, yep. More preening going on. And I'm just going to see if we can catch any more penguins arriving. Let me zoom out. Oh, yes. Nope, sorry, I've just gone the wrong way. Yep, there we go. Yes, we've had another raft arrive, and you can just see those white bellies on the rocks there. So this is probably the last time I'll cross to this view because it is getting dark, it is getting harder to see them, but of course their white bellies do show up for us, and that's how we spot them. And here they come, making that dangerous dash.